What's going on, everybody? Rex TV back with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be giving my thoughts and feedback on a lot of fans voicing their frustration about the lack of excitement towards the NBA dunk contest this year. And for those of you who are upset, blame yourself. Blame yourself, because I did a video. You guys can look down my archives, look down, all of my videos, or type it in. I got this video called Why the NBA Will Suffer Horribly When LeBron James, actually decides to hang it up and decides that he no longer wants to play in the NBA no more once he retires. And one of the things I highlighted was LeBron James refusing to compete in a dunk contest. And I said that in life, people follow the leader. This is what the power of influence does. So what happens is, when you're the face of the league, which LeBron James has been the face of the league probably since I would say his last remaining years in Cleveland, the first stint. So everybody follows the leader, and whoever has the most influence, when it's pertaining to rap culture, Lil Wayne was the hottest rapper from 2008, up until like 2011, 2012 when Drake took over. And every artist wanted to have dreads. They had dreadlocks, tight pants. You got a lot of Lil Wayne clones right now, right? So when it comes to basketball, this is why a lot of people were, kind of like upset with LeBron James, because it's like, a lot of the greats competed in a dunk contest. And it seems as though he decided not to, participate in a dunk contest. And then now you guys are seeing the effect of, you guys are seeing like a downturn, and you guys are starting to see a domino effect that's, happening with the players. For example, I seen a lot of people say, when Stephen A. Smith had just recently did an interview, and not an interview, but he gave his commentary. He was discussing this in a video with Kendrick Perkins, and he said, well, the dunk contest, I'm not interested, basically is what he said. I'm not interested in the dunk contest. Maybe I could go back. He was interested more in Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant. He named all those names, right? And said that he wasn't interested in this year's dunk contest. And I looked in the comment section of that ESPN video, and a lot of people said, well, I'm not looking forward to this year's dunk contest. Those names, they trash. I'm not interested, right? So a lot of people in that comment section suggested that, hey, the only person that can save this year's dunk contest is Anthony Edwards. He's a high flyer, put on some of the most impressive dunks, just posterizing dunks, right? But you know what Anthony said? You know what Anthony Edwards said in a recent interview when Chris Haynes asked him, would he be open to competing in a dunk contest? You know what he said?
This is one thing I gotta ask you. We gotta get to this, because everybody wants to know the answer to this question. And you one of the most high-flyingest dunkers we have in this league, posterizing guys all the time. When are we ever going to see you participate in a slam dunk contest?
Nah, man, I'm an in-game dunker. I don't have dunks like in my bag like that for like tricks. I'm not really a big trick guy. I just like to dunk on people.
He said, I'm an in-game dunker. I'm an in-game dunker. And I said, man, that sounds kind of familiar. I've heard that somewhere before.
Okay, so look, I got to ask this question because they making me ask this question. Right? So look, we All-Star Weekend, and LeBron James, who every time he gets on a fast break, everyone anticipates what he's going to do. and you've never entered the dunk contest. Now, can you explain to them why you never, at this point, you decided to not enter the dunk contest?
It's just never been something to my flavor, man. You know, I did it in high school a couple times. I had some fun with it, but
so you're an in-game dunker. You're not.
Yeah, I'm an in-game dunker.
You're not a blow a candle out.
Yeah. And people don't want to hear that. I'm not really coming out of the booth or no stuff like that, man. I'm more of an in-game dunker.
I think I heard that before. Oh yeah, I heard it from the mouth of LeBron James, who says he's an in-game dunker. Right? So I've seen LeBron James, and now if you could put on where you have the time to prepare for the dunk contest, be creative. If you got all this time to prepare, and during the game, during the flow of a game, where you just in the game and you could just think of something on the fly, right? Which means it has to be quick. You have to be quick on your toes in order to do a flashy dunk, you know, a highlight dunk that's going to get people talking, right? Now, if you could do that during the game, what makes me think, leads me to believe that you can't do that in a dunk contest where everything is planned out. So to me, it seemed like an excuse. I felt like LeBron James at that moment, he don't want to be under the pressure where everybody is going to judge him if he loses. That's a hard pill to swallow. He already don't like losing and in the finals. They already call him a choker. So just imagine if millions of people around the world clowning him because he loses the dunk contest. Now, I believe that LeBron James is creative enough to, you know, do some nice creative dunks, right? But also, Zion Williamson, who is another high flyer, who also idolized LeBron James, right? He came out and they asked him, I think Rachel Nichols did the interview, and she asked him, she said, would you be open to competing in a dunk contest? And I'm paraphrasing. And you know what his exact words were?
You are not even in the NBA yet, and yet I have heard 12 people already ask you about the dunk contest for next year. Can you confirm anything here as we sit here?
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to do it, to be honest, but unless something can change my mind.
How come? Why not?
I don't know. I'm not much of a dunk contest person. It's kind of like I just do it, like in warm-ups to get myself going. Never like it as a contest.
He said, I'm an in-game dunker. And I laughed and I said, wow, that sounds so familiar. Who did that sound like? LeBron James. So are you guys starting to see the pattern of what is happening? A lot of people like to point to the dunk contest with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. But you got to realize that things don't start to catch on. It takes time before we get to a point of time where you start to see the effect. So you didn't start seeing when Lil Wayne came with dreads in 2008. You didn't start seeing people with dreads until 4 or 5 years later. That's when things started taking its toll and started taking its effect. And that's what happened with the NBA culture. Now we are years in, years later, less and less of the top athletes or the promising young stars, the young talent, are refusing to compete in the dunk contest because it's no longer important anymore. Nobody cares about the dunk contest. It's lost its prestige. No different than when we look at the three-point contest. Now everybody wants to. You even got Karl Anthony Towns, a center, just won the three-point contest. So you guys, I don't want to hear nobody complaining. Nobody should be complaining about the dunk contest. I don't want to hear nobody complaining about the dunk contest. Because according to y'all, LeBron James does no wrong. So he was the one who's the face of the league and chose not to compete in the dunk contest. One of the most, if not the most popular athlete chose not to compete in the dunk contest. So you know what? All the people that came along said, you know what? I don't want to compete in the dunk contest. We don't care about the dunk contest no more. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even watch the dunk contest this year. I refused to watch the dunk contest. For what? I'm not even watching the All-Star game. Ever since they changed the format, I'm no longer supporting the All-Star game. I'm not supporting the All-Star game. I'm not supporting the three-point contest. I'm not supporting the dunk contest, the Rising Stars contest. I don't care about none of it. I don't even care about All-Star weekend anymore. It's changed, and it's changed for the worse. Nobody wants to compete. It's not fun anymore. It's not exciting anymore. Why do I need to watch it? And as I mentioned, I didn't even watch the dunk contest tonight. I just seeing highlights as I was scrolling on Instagram, right? I'm seeing guys dunking Timbs. Somebody like, man, that's the most New York thing ever, bro. Dunking in Timbs, bro. Just no creativity, just basic. Basic. I'm seeing a guy do a windmill over top of some, he had somebody stand, be a decoy, and he jumped over top of him and did a windmill. Not impressive at all. The lack of creativity. But I'm not upset. Because y'all man, LeBron James, and everybody like, oh, you always want to blame LeBron. You always want to blame LeBron. But as I said, the power of influence. People want to follow the leader. So the NBA refused to put, y'all don't know anything about marketing, advertising. The NBA said, we're not going to put all our marketing dollars into the dunk contest. Why? Because there's no player with any notoriety or any player that we can actually promote or to make this exciting. There's no storyline, no build-up, there's no nothing. Like, nobody cares. Nobody of importance is competing in the dunk contest. And also, it's an opportunity for a player to create his name, i.e. Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon. But when you don't care, and when you see that nobody really cares about the dunk contest, it's like, who cares? Why do I need to be creative? The pressure of somebody else putting on a flashy, a nice dunk that everybody's going to talk about is going to increase the chances of making it competitive. People want to enter the three-point contest because Steph Curry has done it and he's popularized it. He's at the forefront. He's the face of popularizing the three-point contest. Right? Now, you got to think, Steph Curry revolutionized the NBA with his three-point shot-making ability. Now, everybody wants to compete in a three-point contest. Even big men. Right? So, you can't blame nobody but yourselves for not holding your favorite player, LeBron James, accountable. And the problem is, y'all don't hold him accountable. And since you don't ever hold him accountable, this is the result. So you have no room to complain. You have absolutely no room to complain whatsoever. This is what y'all created. So don't complain. When you start to see all the young players want to create super teams, when they want to form super teams and play with their friends, don't get upset at what you created. That's just like gangster rap. The people who came up doing gangster rap, getting upset at drill rap. People that's rapping about smoking on drugs and stuff like that. Y'all said it was cool when it was gangster rap, when people was getting killed left and right, it was fine. But then you started to see that, oh man, look what we done. Now you want to complain about the newer generation. Nah, let the newer generation live. This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all asked for. I'm not upset because I knew this is where it would come to.